5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
This is Two with a, and here's your hosts, Brian and Chris.
Welcome back. We're here. Another episode of Two Bleeps. I'm here joined by my illustrious co-host, a man who has enjoyed thoroughly every Steven Seagal movie ever made.
Everyone.
My co-host and my very good friend, Brian. How are you, buddy?
Buddy, so good. So good, buddy. It's good to see your face. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm here. We were in the pre-recording room, or I guess you could say, trying to come up with a funny tagline.
Yeah, we need one.
We just haven't got one, and that's still very much in the works.
We should outsource it and send somebody to send us.
No, but I wanted for it to come natural to the show, and I just don't want it to feel forced, and it just hasn't hit me yet. So
I mean,
I'm just gonna
we
keep
have
going.
one that you hate to use. But
Yeah, we're not gonna
used
do
it for years.
We have to come up with something better than that. But
well.
it'll come. It'll come.
I don't think.
Anyways, it's been a while, buddy. How you been during these playoffs? We haven't talked since. We're here to pick your brain and just give us analysis on what has gone on in these playoffs, both in hockey and in basketball.
It's been so good. I've actually, I would say, for the first time in years, I'm watching playoffs that have nothing to do with my teams. Now, very easy on the basketball side because we have one of the worst franchises of all time in the Miami Heat. But
Don't do that.
we have been really lucky with the Panthers for 4 years in a row, right? Because even when they won the President's Trophy and they got knocked out in the first round, it was still
right. They were on the President's
team,
Trophy,
right? But I've really enjoyed not to say not caring, but being able
not
to
having any dog in the fight.
just be able to watch the sport and
As
to
a
be able to
character.
be like, oh, they're good, they're bad. Just appreciate what I'm watching. So I really have enjoyed the playoffs, and it's been kind of liberating to not have a dog in the fight, you know?
Yeah, I would say the same. Just being a neutral and just kicking back and just watching everyone just beat each other and just we create our agendas accordingly. It's been stress free. I can say stress free.
I'm sitting on the couch what's his name? Rob Lowe that had the NFL logo hat.
Exactly. We're just there with our
every
NBA
night
hat.
I'm NHL hat, NBA hat. That's it.
NBA hat. We're just fans of teams.
Exactly.
We're just fans of the sport, and we're just here, and we're here to give you some takeaways. So getting right into it, let's start off with NHL. And so let's just do a lightning round, starting from the first round because we really haven't touched on it since our last episode, and so much has happened since, right? So jumping right into it, starting in the West, Oilers and Ducks. Oilers completely. I don't know. I don't know what to say. They kind of shit the bed.
Kind of shit the bed?
Kind of shit the bed? Is that putting it too light?
They have possibly two of the top 5 players in the entire NHL.
In the sport, yes. The Duckies.
In their team, in their starting lineup. And they couldn't win. They could not beat the bleeping Ducks, which everybody only knows the Ducks for Coach Bombay and Captain Conway with the C on his chest, okay? That's what they know the Ducks for.
And to put salt on the wound, Jackson Lacombe had 9 points in the 6 games. And he was 1 pick in the second round after Edmonton. And Edmonton passed on him. And now he's a super young, up-and-coming D-man that Edmonton clearly need. And this guy just lit him up that series. And now they're sitting at home. And now they're literally walking into this next year as the biggest year in the franchise's history. With the whole thing with
the
Connor.
problem is every year is the biggest year in the franchise's history.
Well, this one's for real now.
They got rid of the coach. Great. You got rid of the coach. Maybe you should have got rid of him before and got Tortorella, who's in the freaking Stanley Cup Finals right now.
Well, let's not get it ahead. We'll get there. All right. So moving on. Knight and
And
Knights and Mammoth.
by the way, Connor McDavid.
Oh yes. I'm sorry. How
I
dare
don't
I
want to
cut you
hear
off?
any more about this man's greatness. Greg Cody was right. He is Mick overrated. I don't want to hear any more about this man's greatness. He's
I
the
had a
greatest
dog
goat. No, I don't care. It's
every
like when
time.
people tell me Mike Trout is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I've never seen Mike Trout play a single playoff game.
Well, that's not Mike Trout's fault.
I don't care. I don't want to hear about Mike Trout anymore. I don't want to hear about Connor McDavid. Okay? If you can't get it done with Draisaitl on your team, like what else do you need? Mario Chalmers? Like, do you need somebody to show you how to win?
They need a D man. They need another guy next to Bush. They need a Tendy. They haven't had any goaltending.
I don't want to spend any more time on this.
They're just too
garbage
top heavy.
man.
Anyways, moving on. We got to go through this. Vegas Knights and the Mammoth. The Knights literally trailed this entire series.
Yeah.
And the first 5 games, they went into the third trailing every series, and they just
they won the
just
2
did the thing
overtime
where like
games.
we're more experienced. We've been here. We've done this, and your guys are new, and we're just gonna take this from you.
They like it was like one of those series where like everybody was like, "Oh, Vegas has been really bad this year. I don't think they're gonna do anything." Like the Mammoth looked pretty good, and then Vegas goes, "Nope. Remember, guys, we're champions."
Exactly.
And they kind of like flipped the switch in the series and just
overwhelmed them. And it's weird too because you're watching the series and the Mammoth were like faster than them, and they were like for much of the series outplaying them, and Vegas just does the thing where they just kind of figure it out. Like they stay down, they don't fold, and they just out veteran.
yeah, they were incredible. And by the way, we're gonna say his name a lot in this segment, but Mitch Marner.
He's on a tour, if you would say.
Mitch Marner is all I gotta say.
A tour of sorts. Moving on in the West, the Avs sweep the Kings. This one was pretty much written from the start. The Kings didn't have anything; they can't score.
They surprised me. They went. Oh, it was a game 2. They went overtime, and I was like, "Oh, yeah. Kings, maybe."
Okay.
And then they were the Kings.
And then they everything arose that was a problem in the regular season. They couldn't score.
Yeah.
And the Avs were just a wagon.
Yeah, they showed like we're the President's Trophy winners. We're efficient. We're gonna kill you, and that's it.
Au revoir to Anze Kopitar, franchise legend. Sorry, buddy, but you got a broom as your farewell. And last series in the West is Wild. They beat the
Dallas
Stars. Yes.
I think this was the best series. I mean, it ended up being the Ducks versus Oilers ended up being the best series, but to me, this was like my most anticipated one because I love both of those teams. Like they're both really good teams. Dallas has like an incredible defense, and I like when they was at the Wild like first game they won 6-1. I was like, oh, they're good. So I was this was like would be my favorite series, and it ended up I didn't know if the Wild were going to pull it off, but man, Dallas needs help offensively, huh?
Dallas is kind of in the same space, kind of to a lesser degree that the Avs are in, where like year after year they have a well constructed team and they just can't get over the hump.
Yeah.
And now you have this with the Wild, where the Wild had this whole cloud over them because they haven't won a first round series in forever. They've lost like 6 straight first round series or whatnot, whatever it was. And you're fresh off paying. Oh my God, his name is escaping me now. The Russian. Kaprizov. You just finished paying Kaprizov, who got this fat deal, right? And they exercise their demons. And Dallas is now in flux again, and they're kind of like asking questions, looking around, and like, okay, what do we do here?
But I mean, good win by the Wild. Like, I don't have anything bad to say about the Wild. It was great. They did a phenomenal job. They beat a really good team. I think that was going to be the toughest matchup in all of the first round, and they fucking did their job like really well. So I don't. They have work to do. I don't think they're championship contenders. I don't think they probably would have beat Vegas
Mm-mm.
either. So
But
you know,
they do have something with Quinn Hughes.
yeah, they
So
do. And he was a breakout star at the Olympics. So yeah, I think they do have something. But then we go to the second round, buddy.
but
Out
you want to
west.
do the East first?
We didn't do the East.
Wait, we haven't done
Sorry,
the East. Okay,
I
all
forgot
right.
we didn't do the East.
Shifting gears to the East.
To the East. So sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
To
Sorry, I don't know the East because the Panthers aren't in it, so I don't care who comes
to
out of
what
there.
I thought was probably the best series in the first round in the East, the Habs and Bolts going 7. For me, it was like this is like the one series, or at least in the East, that had like the most takeaways. Like as
Which we
far as
didn't see coming. Like it
I didn't
wasn't.
see coming, right?
Nobody
But
picked the Habs to win a single thing.
incredible series though.
Yeah.
Every game was decided by a goal in the series. You had the whole Kucherov thing in Game 7, where now he's at 7 Game 7s that he's played in his career, and he has 0 points. You believe that?
I
I couldn't
don't
believe it when I heard
know.
when I heard it. Bobrovsky has a point in Game 7, but Kucherov doesn't.
That's not
Riddle me that.
good. They're that team, and along with the Maple Leafs, who we should talk about, which we will talk about more probably as we move on in this, but something's got to freaking change there.
Something, and now we're not. I think with this loss now, like we're officially, like they're officially on the hot seat. I guess you could say that.
They've got to make an actual change and not just like, oh, we'll just let Stamkos go and whoever else go. Like,
Yeah, I think that's now gone, because that's 4 first round exits right now since they've won the cup.
yeah,
They're 2-12 in their last 14 home playoff games.
to be fair, a lot of those losses are to the greatest hockey franchise of all time, is the Florida Panthers.
That's fair, but 2-12 for a team that
No, yes,
very recently was the dynasty that in the league.
I mean,
They
for
haven't won a
those
series
years
since
now.
they've won the cup.
Yeah,
Like like, and now like the Kucherov questions are really coming into play, because he had another amazing year, and he was a no-show again in Game 7 when they needed him the most.
James Harden of hockey.
And just to kind of just put a bow on this, John Cooper, the coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning, combined in Game 7 and the gold medal game, because he was also the coach for the Team Canada in the
Yeah.
gold medal game, outshot his opponent in those 2 games 71-37 and lost both games. I leave you with that.
Yeah.
This is what makes this sport so cool.
By the way, that matchup is exactly why the hockey playoffs are the best. That's the hockey series like that is littered all over in every round. There's always some ridiculous series. Every team is so close. It's so tight between the teams. It's
it's just hard to
amazing.
to really predict. So moving on in next series, the Sabres beat the Bees in 6. This one was
Cinderella.
another one that was also very interesting to me from a narrative standpoint, especially from the Bruins, where they literally left Swayman out to dry again.
Yeah.
Swayman was standing on his head for much of the series. I think his save percentage was 927. Yeah, according to my notes, 927. 0-3 at home in the series. You just can't. And now you're dead because of it.
And yeah, he kept them in every single game. And the game that the Boston won, like the game 5, was in overtime, and it felt like even though they won, it felt like the series was over because it took such a monumental effort to win that game. I remember watching that game. I remember I was on the West Coast for that game, and I was watching that game. By the way, West Coast, I don't like it, but watching playoff hockey that I'm not supposed to watch
At 5 p.m.
like 5 p.m. incredible.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. But It took so much to beat them, and it felt like the Sabres was like everybody's like, oh, the Sabres are too young. The Cinderella's going to end, but they played how they played all year, and it was so good to see. So hats off to the Sabres. Good job, Buffalo, for actually doing what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, and I wasn't rooting for the Sabres. I mean, I know it's a very feel-good story, but I'm going to be a Grinch on this one because I don't really care for the city of Buffalo. I don't want them to be happy. First series win for them in 18 years, so shouts to them. You earned it. And the Bees are dead, so someone had to lose that series, and so I'm glad that someone had to lose that series.
Yeah,
so.
and bleep Boston. I'd rather bleep Boston more than
Bleep Boston.
Buffalo. Yeah. So the next one that we have, which was, I found myself cheering for these old men. I don't like Sidney Crosby, but I wanted to cheer for him for some reason. Him and Evgeny Malkin, just made me feel so good. And I was like, I want them to pull it off. But the Flyers, they freaking jumped on them quickly.
Mm-hmm.
They were up 3-0, right? They were up 3-0.
3-0 in the series.
And it was the last game was such a tight game. I think it was just a 1-0 game. It was so good. But exactly what you thought was going to happen. They got old in game 6.
They got old. Philly kind of just dragged the game into the mud, right? And
yeah.
Pittsburgh is really at their best when they get to fly around and kind of play their game. And the Flyers are not that kind of, I guess, finesse kind of team where they're looking to play this game in the mud. They're going to hit you. They're going to play physical. They're going to get you off your game. And that's exactly what they did. And, Sid tried to make it a series, but you could tell from the very beginning, it was just not a good matchup for the Penguins, and it showed.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping for one last magical run, but it didn't happen. And then finally, I don't want to spend any time on this stupid Hurricanes. They beat
the stupid Hurricanes. They beat the Sens, right? And this was a sweep. Ottawa could not get anything going. They scored 5 goals in 4 games. And
I mean, every first period and halfway through the second period, they might make it a game, and then they collapsed.
No, they just couldn't get anything going. They got shut out once.
Just
Canes
send me Kachuk for a bag of peanuts.
So Canes. Well, I mean, it's gonna be rumor mill. So the Canes sweep, they look super dominant in Canes fashion, where they kind of just steamroll through the first round, and it's okay, Carolina's doing the thing again
in a poor division.
And yeah, the Senators had really nothing, and considering you had a lot of buzz going into the playoffs and that you were gonna, make some noise, and to go out like that is kind of sad. So now the whole Brady Kachuk thing comes into play. Is he gonna stay? Do you blow it up? Is he gonna want to stay?
They're such a weird spot. They're just in this Miami Heat mid-tier.
Yeah, they're kind of in the middling.
Just doing nothing to improve. So yeah, they have to pick a way to go. Either load up or break it all down, because they're stuck in the mud, that team. And they have some talent and they shouldn't be. So
the rumor mill will be turning. As Kachuk, his situation is up in the air, so we'll see. Maybe a good old team from down south comes knocking on their door and offers them maybe a top 10 draft pick for him. You never know.
We're picking 10.
So all right, moving on to the second round.
Maybe a 3-team trade. We get Brady, we get Connor McDavid, we send out Bob.
Yeah.
Number 10 draft pick.
Why not?
Or whatever.
Why not?
Send out Evan Rodriguez.
It's your podcast, buddy. Make it. You can say whatever you want.
Okay, second round, right?
Avs beat the shit out of the Wild 4-1.
I mean, again,
Wild. What a wild way to lose Game 5.
Yeah.
Going back.
But I mean, what one of the best starts to any series in history was 9-8-6 or 9-6, something like that. That Colorado won in Game 1. Just a freaking track meet out there.
It was like porn, just hockey porn.
It was a 73 win. The Warriors just hitting 153s a game. It was unbelievable hockey. I could not believe
Yeah, 15 goals. Like I don't know what
Yeah,
to
it
do
was
here.
insane. What a game. But like Colorado, just I mean, I picked them to come out of the West, and I was like, oh, there's no way I'm wrong. Like this team has steamrolled two teams now, and the Wild are a good team. Like the Avalanche made them look not good, but the Wild are
Yeah,
a good team, and
and
they
it's unfortunate for the Wild because they just got like a tough bracket.
yeah
They drew, they drew the Stars, which we've already talked about. The Stars are really well constructed. They're a very solid team, and then you get the Avs, and in a year where the Avs were the Avs, they rolled through the entire. They won the President's Trophy, and so it's just a tough draw. And then you can't blow a 3-0 lead in Game 5 when you're trying to save your season. Like that just can't happen. But that just speaks to the credit um, of the Avs. Like
the
they're
what I liked about the Avalanche that
just
series
a
is like
wagon.
they they got dragged into that kind of game with the Wild of just like track meet back and forth, and they can play in the mud, they can play in a track meet, they don't care. Like they can beat you a bunch of ways. So super impressive from the Avs, and I was like, yeah, this is the best team in the NHL by far. But
Some questions come from Minnesota, though. No, you would think
yes, I think so. The money they gave this kid,
Kaprizov.
I think they had to give it to him. Somebody was going to give it to him. I think somebody was going to give it to him.
I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna age or how that's gonna go because we're in an era now where like the good teams that keep their cores together, they don't have guys that make $17 million a year, and he's living up to every bit of the stereotype that Russians are all about their money. The Russians are not taking no team friendly discounts. So for a $17 million player, I think he's got to give you more
I mean, I agree
from
to a
what he
certain
gave you
point.
that series.
I think the number is unfair to him a little bit. Like he got paid the 17 million, and he's worth exactly what they paid him. Right? It's not his fault that they offered him 17 million dollars. But I also think like I understand the Wild. Like, what are you gonna do? Not pay the kid?
You
What's the
could.
alternative of not paying that kid? Because there is nothing out there for you to get.
That's fair, but I just think it speaks to the environment and team building that the good teams have. Like you have teams like the Panthers and teams like the Lightning and even Edmonton to a certain degree where like guys take lesser deals to stay together. And you have this
Yeah,
one guy who's making, you know, 10, 20, 30% more than like some of the top guys in the league.
I would
And
have.
like
I think
if
also
that's
that
the
has to
case,
do like front office wise. Like they should have sold him on something like that. Now again, he could be a total like I want my money, which I don't shame him at all for that. But I thought Minnesota would have been a really good team for Draisaitl to go to.
mm, or he could just be the
That
guy.
that one to me would have been phenomenal. That's a team right there for him to go to. It's already a good team top to bottom, right? And you get a superstar, a genuine top 5 player in the NHL on that team. I think it's a very different Minnesota Wild team, but I understand they gave the kid 17 million. Draisaitl signed the extension, but I feel like if you didn't give the kid 17 million, you're
He'd be on
probably
the
gonna be
table, or he'd be in.
you could have given Draisaitl close to the 17 million. You know, so I think just it is what it is. I don't know where they go from here. I don't know how
You
they
got to
get
bring
better.
back Quinny, right? You. That's absolutely a must. You got to
I
bring
think
back.
they have to. They
Yeah,
have to because if
that's
not,
like priority number one.
I think they have to, and they're going to overpay for that. But they
We'll
have to.
see.
They have to.
But it's still a good season for the Wild. Like they finally won a first round series. Like they had a tough draw. There's no shame in losing to the Avs. Um, but anytime you blow a 3-0 lead in Game 5 to save your season, like that's you're not mad at you're not mad at that they lost that series, but it's just how they lost it. So moving on, the Vegas Knights beat the Duckies in 6. What do you have for that? Now, at this point, Vegas is now in the conference finals, uh, and they've done so with one less regular season win than the Panthers had. How does that make you feel? You're on me.
I'm on mute, guys. We're professionals. We've done this a million times. Um, uh, I would say I wish we were in the West. I think my mouse just died. That's okay. We were in the West. If we would have made the playoffs, they would have not made the playoffs. They have one less loss than we do. It's kind of embarrassing. Um, I don't know what would happen. Like if the Panthers were out in the West, I don't think they would go anywhere because we were so injured. But
No, no. I mean, I'm not going to entertain that. But for me, the more interesting part is this team fired their coach with what, like 8 games left in the season,
yeah, which is an insane thing to
which
do.
is probably the most. If it wasn't the Vegas Knights, you'd clown the franchise for like, what are we doing here? Why are we waiting till 8 games left in the season to fire our
And
coach?
it's who the replacement was.
And then you replace him with Torts, and then the team just figures out how to play hockey and then become unbeatable. Like that's
Yeah,
that's the best way I could put it.
I mean, you can't really like. No more hate to Tortorella. Like he's done the thing.
Yeah, he's
You know?
doing the thing.
He's doing the thing right now. So yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think the Ducks are the Ducks. I think they made some good moves. And I think their team's improved. I still think they have a ways to go. But yeah,
It's still a young team. Like it was a successful season for them by all
Yeah.
counts. Like they weren't supposed to be this good at this point. So they still have, they're gonna be in it, in the West in the mix. They're gonna be in it for a few years to come. So, but Vegas is Vegas, and we talked about it in the prior episode where Vegas is kind of just this gatekeeper now in the West.
Yeah.
Even though they've only been in the league 9 years now, they've shown you time and time again, like they're gonna be there some way somehow, and you're gonna have to get through them to get to the cup or to move on.
And by the way, they've been a franchise for 9 years only, and this is their third Stanley Cup final appearance. 3 in 9 years, which includes winning in their first year as a franchise. It's kind of insane. So shout out to freaking Vegas Golden Knights. It's one of the best franchises in all of sports by a lot. So they have done an incredible job. I don't have anything bad to say about them. And shout out to Mitch Marner, who leaves Toronto, gets crucified for leaving and for being there. It was all his fault. And this guy is in the Stanley Cup final. A huge reason why they're in the Stanley Cup final.
Yeah, him and Eichel have been amazing.
Yeah. And I mean, to do what they did to the Avalanche.
Well, we haven't gotten to the Avalanche yet.
I mean, I do want to see what the reports are after this. Because McKinnon and McCarr were not 100%. So probably one of them is dealing with a stab wound, and the other one probably has a prosthetic leg because hockey players are insane.
Right.
It was like the first year where we lost to the Golden Knights.
It had
It was just like, hey, by the way, what's his name? Like had a broken sternum.
Yeah, someone else had like a lacerated liver.
Yeah, and just the Warriors, right? These guys. So obviously something wasn't right, but the thing is, they didn't just like squeak out the win. And they didn't just beat the President's Trophy winner. And it wasn't like, Avalanche just gave all the games away. They threw those guys in the mud and kept them there for 4 straight games. Like, Tortorella has that team
buzzing,
humming.
Yeah, they're buzzing. The vibes are at all-time high right now for them. Yeah, there's I have another take on them, but going a little bit further now. Canes slap up the Flyers 4-0. The Flyers didn't have anything for the Canes in this series.
No.
Like, Flyers, their PP is their power play is non-existent the entire series, or for the playoffs for that matter. Their power play still sucks. And Carolina just disposed of them and just beat their dicks in. Another sweep.
Half of the games were close. Like 2 of them went to overtime. But like Carolina's, that's their shit. They're fine. Like they're gonna win those games. And if you're not an actual good team, like Carolina's disciplined and they're like OKC without the winning. You know what I mean? Like they're just boring, good, not great at anything, but good at everything.
Yeah, with Stank and Seth Jarvis and these guys, like they're clearly humming at this point.
Yeah, and
you know,
let me tell you something. Aho. This hype for Aho. Yeah, he plays good. Whatever. Let him meet Barkey again and see what happens. How good Aho is. Okay. Aho, stupid ass garlic piece of crap.
Okay. All right, settle down now. All right, so last matchup in the second round, Habs beat the Sabres
In another
game 7.
And what's his name that scored the winning goal?
Newsom, Alex
Newman or something like that. I sorry guys, we don't know everybody on the teams, but how this guy has 2 game-winning Game 7 goals
in Game 7s, yes,
back to back is incredible. No one had the Canadians here. I didn't have the Canadians here.
Newhook,
huh?
Alex Newhook.
There we go. We had a new part in there. We were good. We were close.
Yeah.
What a guy. What a guy. His jerseys are going to sell like crazy this summer because he was the hero that they needed the whole time. And this is, again, the Habs are involved in the second best series, or maybe the best series.
This is a great series.
I mean, just back and forth, these 2 teams. And then, like, Game 6 happens, and Buffalo goes, we're here. We're back. And they score like 8 goals in the game. I was just like, oh my God. This series gave me a headache. This series was incredible hockey. And it was freaking magical. And of course, the Habs had to end it with Newhook getting a game winner.
Like, to end the series.
What a team that is. Yeah.
Pixie dust.
Yeah, I think so. I think they had something. They had something, which leads us to the conference finals that are currently happening. And I think as of time of recording this, they're literally playing right now. And I checked earlier. It doesn't look good for the Habs. I'll tell you that live. I could tell you what's happening now live as we record this. There's a minute left in the first period, and the Hurricanes are up 3-0.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like the Hurricanes. We both don't like the Hurricanes for obvious reasons in the East. Aho talks too much, and he doesn't do anything against Sparky. But they are beating the crap out of the Canadians, and the Canadians are running into a good team. And again, Carolina just doing all the right things, out like grinding the Habs, right? Like the Habs are like just, they're Rocky, right? They're Rocky, just throwing haymakers, absorbing a ton of punishment. But then you run into Mr. T, and you're gonna lose. So yeah, this is a tough one because I loved the Canadians, even though I am totally against Canada winning a Stanley Cup for the rest of my life. But I wanted them to at least get to the Stanley Cup playoffs so then they can lose to a team in the desert. Would have been nice. And obviously Carolina's in there. But, I shout out to Montreal. I don't think they can repeat this next year at all.
Well, they're the youngest team in the league. I don't think that this means that they're done in any way.
No, but I don't think they're going to repeat this. I think they still have to. I think they need some veterans in there to get them through this kind of series. Get them through any series because they are here literally by the skin of their teeth. Like they are here just I mean, the reason why all those games went 7 and were incredible is because they played bad hockey a lot.
Yeah, and
You
I
know?
think finally it caught up to them this thing where
Yeah.
like just don't shoot the puck, and they set records already and like the lowest shots ever attempted in like a 3 game span in the playoffs,
Right.
something ridiculous. Like they're averaging like less than 15 shots a game in a 3 game span, and it's like yeah, you can't win hockey games if you don't shoot the puck. And I think in a nutshell, this series boiled down to the fact that the Habs, they look like a team that has played 2 7 game series, and Carolina looks like a team that's played 2 sweeps. And I think that's just worn on them, and they look gassed, and Carolina's just overwhelming. And I think that's all she wrote. I don't. The Habs should still be proud of their season. Again, they're the youngest team in the league. They made
Yeah, they super
this
proud. I mean, and they made a bunch of new fans, and they made all the casuals, Canadians fans. Like it just good season for them. I think great season.
and it's kind of a put up or shut up season for Carolina, so you can understand. In a season where the Cats are dead,
Yeah.
the East is wide open. The Bolts lost in the first round.
Right.
Um,
Toronto didn't even make it.
Toronto doesn't make the playoffs. Like, if not this year, then when?
Yeah.
So no shame in losing to the
What is
Canes.
it, their third straight year in the Eastern Conference Finals?
I know they were in it last year, and they were in it in 23. I don't know. I don't think it was 20. No, 24. It was the Rangers. But 3 of the last 4
Oh,
years,
you're right. We did beat the Rangers.
they've been in the conference finals.
You're right. But
And
like,
finally won more than 1 game. So
Yeah.
hats off to them.
and that brings us to what's going to happen soon is them against Golden Knights. I would think, I haven't looked it up or anything, but I would think that Carolina would be favored over the Golden Knights. I don't think it's going to be a huge favorite, but I think they're going to be favored. I'm picking the Golden Knights because I'm a Carolina Hurricanes hater, and I don't like Aho, even though I love Aho in real life.
Well, then hockey bias.
But I would like them to lose. And
What do you make? Sorry to cut you off. And what do you make of the Avs exit? Like, because I think the Avs are kind of like in the same boat that Carolina was in, where like you've had this wagon of a team for a few years now, and you've just kept running into buzzsaws.
this is the best version of that team, though.
And you had a year where you had Nate like just absolutely, be MVP. Kale McCall is
You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you what it is. All those Canadian guys are just they can't do it. Like this losing in the Olympics has crushed every single one of them. Like I don't know what it is. I mean, I think it could be that, but to throw out Makar out there, who's like
with one
number
shoulder.
one offensive defenseman in the world, like
Yeah, you could tell he wasn't himself.
McKinnon wasn't either. So I'm pretty sure it's going to come out that they were injured, but like I think that plays a factor. So you have to do that. Obviously, the President's Trophy curse.
I don't know if that's a good excuse though, because like even without
No,
that, Vegas to sweep them, and I'm sure nobody had this on their bingo card because the way that the Avs look, like everyone thought that this series would be over in 5 or 6. Never in a million years did you think that the Knights would sweep the Avs the way that they did.
and I mean this is like 8 seed Miami Heat. Like the Vegas backed into the playoffs.
Yeah,
They made the Mitch Marner.
They won the
like-
President's Trophy.
I mean,
But
but it wasn't even that they beat them; they erased them completely. Like it was a drubbing.
President's
of
Trophy
Avalanche.
lives.
By the way, Avalanche became only the 5th President's Trophy winning team to get swept in the playoff series. Only the 5th. So not great by the Avalanche. Vegas outscored Colorado in that series 14-7. Okay? Like
No bueno.
Vegas,
Wedgie was in.
it's like the Panthers when they faced Vegas in the Stanley Cup 4 years ago now, where nobody gave the Panthers a chance and they came in as the lowest seed and made it all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals. Like Vegas reminded everybody, like we're still we're still that good.
Yeah, and
And
you've gotten a hell of a performance from Carter Hart,
yeah,
in net, and we didn't touch on it, but it part of the reason why I think you're a little bit right with the Habs not being able to repeat this was just simply the fact that Dobish was standing on his head the entire playoffs,
yeah, he was.
and they were playing with fire this entire playoffs. Yeah, just rip some pucks on net, man. Put something in play. Crazy shit happens in playoff hockey where you get rebounds and tips and skates and bodies are flying around, but you can't put yourself in a winning position if you don't shoot the puck and put it on net. And it feels like a lot of like Dobish's performances were wasted in a sense because he had like a 960 save percentage or something ridiculous like that throughout the entire playoffs. And it's like, yeah, in any other circumstance, like you're going to the cup if your goalie's like that on fire.
And Carter Hart is that right now. He has been unbelievable. I think he's got like a little over 2 goals allowed, like 2.3 or something like that. And exactly what you need to win Lord Stanley is that type of goalie, and they have him right now. And Mitch Marner. Mitch
Marner on a revenge tour of all revenge tours. Just
I don't like him because he was on Toronto.
double birds.
But for this guy to be like, oh, we'll ship him off. He's gone. He's gone. We left him. He's gone. So Toronto's going to be better. And they were much worse. And for this guy to put on the performance, he's leading the team with points, 21 points in the postseason, plus 12 when he's on the ice. Like, you have Eichel, assist leader in the playoffs.
Best two-way guy, like shut down McKinnon.
Howden, playing out of his mind. Like, it's just they have the guys that will give these people problems, and they are reminiscent of the Florida Panthers.
You know what? I like that take. I was gonna say something along those same lines, where like this Vegas team presents a lot of the same problems for Carolina that the Panthers did. They're just a bigger team, and look, lo and behold, like big D-men are back in style in the league. Not these like little water bug builds or like.
I mean, they're scoring. They're scoring, and from everywhere. It's not just Eichel. Like, Eichel's being incredible on the offensive end, but like the Howden and Pavel, or I think they got like 10 goals apiece. Like, they're scoring from everybody. You still have Mark Stone out there. Like, I don't think they should be the underdog. I think they will be the underdog because Carolina is being touted as the best team.
I hope
that
so.
wasn't named Colorado.
I'm gonna lay some money on the Knights.
I think so too.
I think they're great for the league, honestly, and the fact that the like half of like hockey Twitter and NHL fans despise the Knights, I think it's a good thing because the Knights, I think, fly in the face of a lot of stuff, like a lot of the principles and philosophies that a lot of other teams covet, like hang on to your draft picks and build through the drafts, and the Knights are like, fuck those draft picks. We're gonna trade for Mitch Marner because he's available. We're gonna go get Mitch Marner. We're gonna go get Rasmus Anderson, and we're gonna fucking run it. And like they have like this all-in mentality every year to go win the cup, and I think it's a good thing. Like,
it's obviously paid off.
Yeah,
a third of the franchise's seasons, which is only 9, but a third of them they've gone to the Stanley Cup final, and they've won 2 now.
A hockey team in the middle of Nevada.
Sorry, they're undefeated in the Stanley Cup finals.
No, then they lost the first one, didn't in 2020?
No, in 2017 they won.
Lost. No, because they won the first one in 23.
No. 2017 was the first year of the team, and they won the Stanley Cup.
They won it?
They won the Stanley Cup 2017.
I thought 23 was their first cup.
No, 23 was their second cup, and now they're going for the third time. I believe I'm right. Am I right or am I wrong?
I don't know. We're just
going
to
be wrong. I don't know. But anyways, and the scary thing for the Vegas, and I'll leave it here with them, is they're fully healthy. Nobody's hurt. They're fully rested now because they swept Colorado. They've got a hot goalie. They've won 6 straight games. Like,
You want to know another amazing stat to add to that? They have 5 guys on the team that are all expecting babies to be born in June. Vibes are high.
incredible.
Vibes are high. So they're all gonna have cup babies, and they're all gonna lift the cup, and they're gonna have a bunch of babies in that cup
What a great photo for all
when
those
they
guys.
win it. It's gonna be awesome. I don't know how you bet against that team when you have 5 guys on the team that are expecting a baby in the same month. I
mean, it's incredible.
Destiny. Destiny.
What did I say in our pre-show? Carolina's the machine, but Vegas is the final boss.
Vegas is the final boss. There you go. Vegas is the franchise that's holding every other GM's feet to the fire. It's like, hey, if you're not doing absolutely everything to get better and go after a cup every year, then you're not doing your job. And I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's really nice what they're doing. So so that's the hockey playoffs. We are both on Vegas.
Knights in 5.
Knights in 3. Okay? I don't think Carolina has it in them. Aho, get out of here.
Oh,
Just
I mean,
get in my byline. That's it. That's all you're good for.
If you want to exercise the demons for good, Aho, this would be a good time to do it, buddy.
But hey, by the way, Canada, suck it again. I've got a desert team and a coastal team.
We got a team out in the desert, and we got a team in the Carolinas in the Cup.
I mean,
take that for hockey culture.
Connor McDavid.
Hockey town.
Anyways.
Hockey cities.
Not the only playoffs that are going on.
Not the only one.
This is the best
part of the year. I've officially deemed this part of the year the best part of the year, because we have 2 sports simultaneously in playoff
with stakes. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
and hockey has been way better so far.
Where do you want to start in the first round? And switching gears now to
let's start in the East. Let's start in the East. Let's go. What was the top seed? Detroit versus the Orlando Magic.
Oh,
not a lot to say here.
They take the Pistons to 7, and then they absolutely shit themselves.
Like lay a huge
in that game 7.
Yeah.
And wasn't it game 6 that they couldn't score for like 30 minutes in real time or something like that?
Yeah, it was an insane.
It was a performance that I've never seen before in all my years. Something to really behold. And like, I'm surprised that they didn't fire Jamal Mosley right there. Like, don't even take the bus home.
By the way, they have a new coach. They hired the defensive coach for the Spurs, the white guy Sweeney.
Yes.
He's going to finish out the playoffs with the Spurs before he joins the team. I think that was announced today. So congratulations to him. He deserves it. He's a very good coach. Is he going to fix them? No. And by the way, and we're going to do this on the NBA soon. So look out for these videos. But we are going to recap or have future outlooks for all of these playoff teams that have gotten eliminated.
We're going to fix all of them.
We're going to fix all of them. And again, I'm going to trade Connor McDavid for a bag of chips, and we're going to get him. That's how I'm going to fix all the teams. But the Magic have to do something. I don't think Franz Wagner and Paolo work together.
I don't rely on Franz anymore.
No. But, by the way, I don't even care. Good for them. They went 7. They were the 8th seed. Pistons. Cade. Jalen Duren.
I mean,
this was the year. This was the year. You're supposed to finesse your way into a supermax.
Oof, buddy, you talk about Bam all the time being a playoff dropper. What is this? What do you make of this guy?
No, but Bam is
in a contract.
No, this guy did what he was supposed to do contract year during the regular season. During the regular season, he was arguably the best center in the East.
Yes.
Right? And then
Bam would never.
He has. Before.
What? No, buddy. No, what we saw Jalen Duren do is
No. He
a
short. It was
historic
Ben Simmons esque.
non-factor.
It was Ben Simmons esque. It was
Yes,
really
Ben
bad.
has never done that.
Yeah, it was really bad.
But this was in a matchup nonetheless that you can very well like have the upper hand. Like, granted, okay, Orlando is big and they play a physical brand of basketball as well. But you're fucking Jalen Duren. You're all NBA All Star this year, and you're telling me that you're averaging 9 points a game and like
It was, and he I think he had like 3 rebounds in a game or something like that. I mean, it was just
that's 3 rebounds more than you and I.
that's horrible. Just horrible. He cost himself so much money. So much money because he made an all defensive or all NBA. He made something. So he was eligible for the Supermax and just threw it away. I don't think he would have gotten the Supermax, but he could have got himself a lot of money and he just threw it away.
Interesting to see like what Detroit does and how they handle that.
They have to pay him something.
Yeah, but like what the number comes in at, I'm interested to see.
I'm sure like the Nets are going to get involved and offer him some poison pill contract like they always do.
Historically bad, like just a piss poor go out of the playoffs. Like you were in the driver's seat. You're on the precipice of this historic 8-1 upset. Detroit was going to go home with their tail between their legs, and you just put up an absolute shit bomb in 6 quarters.
It was horrible.
In 6 quarters, they just looked as disheveled and as piss poor as I've ever seen a team end the series.
It was really bad, like really awful from them. I can't believe it, but they suck. I will continue to tell them they suck afterwards. The big upset in the first round, your Boston Celtics,
my Boston Celtics,
and your 76ers, 2 of the teams you hate the most.
Yes,
playing each other. And the team I hate the most, the Celtics, losing, which was, I mean, I think we celebrated. I think we texted each other immediately, and we celebrated. It was incredible to watch. I love that it happened. I can't be any happier.
A very historical series.
Yes, so great.
A series that Philadelphia has not beaten the Celtics since 1982, so since like the days of Moses Malone. And Boston, in the history of their entire franchise, had never blown a 3-1 lead. And they blew it to Philly. Historical dog shit loser Philly came back 3-1.
Playing like,
and beat you on your home floor. Like a hater's dream. A hater's absolute dream.
Jaylen Brown's favorite season.
Jaylen Brown goes immediately on stream and says, "This was my favorite season." I mean,
Giannis, Celtics collision course. You'll see. Giannis, Celtics collision course. You'll see. Moving on. Knicks Hawks.
You're gonna learn Milwaukee.
Knicks Hawks.
Knicks Hawks. CJ McCollum's Hawks.
This was, God, I wish, man. I wish it would have happened because, and I said it in the play before the playoffs started, and I was looking right for the first 2 games. Like I said, you need to watch out for these Hawks. They have exactly what you need to win. They have a ton, like 55 young guys who are all 6'7" and above, and they all have 7-foot reaches, right? They all run like crazy, and then you have wily vets like CJ McCollum to hold them in his bosom when things go wrong and calm them down. And it almost was, I mean, just watching the Knicks, like
they were down for 1 in the series.
Yeah, it was amazing. Those 3 games was the best part of the playoffs for me this year.
To CJ McCollum. And the Hawks did well. I mean, aside from the fact that they got the absolute shit kicked out of them in the deciding game. We came off like back-to-back nights, or I don't know when those nights happened. I don't know if it was the same night or like how far apart they happened, where we had the Magic like just that stinker, and then we had the Hawks get their brains beaten by
Points they
50
lost or something. It was insane.
at home. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
okay, thank you, Hawks. Thanks for playing. Like, you did your job. It was very impressive. Like, I'm glad that you were able to take 2 from the Knicks. I thought like taking 2 from the Knicks would have been an accomplishment.
yeah, and I
You
think
did your job. Thanks for playing.
great job by the Hawks. I think they had a really good season. I don't think they can have any. They have a future that's super bright. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with Kuminga and if they're going to pay him or not. That'll be interesting to see. But they have a really good team. So I like their outlook. I will get into that at another later date. But I like their team a lot. So yeah, moving on. Cavs Raptors.
Cavs Raptors go to 7. Cavs eke it out in 7.
This is an uninteresting series for me. Two teams that I don't care about. James Harden went missing multiple times. Too many turnovers. Donovan Mitchell was fine. And they just won this. It was a 7-game series, so it was a good series, I guess. But by the way, all the series in the East went at 3 of the 4 went 7 games.
Yeah.
Only the Knicks won in 6. And we were looking at the West as if there was going to be, boxing match there. And it wasn't that. But, shout out to the East being a bunch of trash teams getting together.
But at least giving us game 7s.
Yeah, they're giving us game 7. So, yes. I mean, uneventful. I don't have anything to say. The Raptors are just the Raptors. Like, I don't like Scotty Barnes as a player. I don't think he fits anywhere. He's like not Giannis, but he's not like a good wing. Like he's just a tweener and doesn't decide. I don't know. I just don't like him as a basketball player. I don't think he can be the guy that they're hoping for. So
I like him as a centerpiece. They need another means of manufacturing buckets. You could tell like they just didn't have the shooting. They didn't have the firepower to keep up with Cleveland when Cleveland decided to have it that night. And Cleveland just ultimately had more options, even with Harden laying up a stinker again in Game 7. Like they just had more to go to offensively than Toronto did, and it showed. And just ultimately like experience, right? Because Toronto's a super young team. Like they don't have the shooting, and the fact that they even took the Cavs to 7 is impressive. I didn't think it would go 7. So for me, this series was more an indictment on the Cavs than it was for.
Yes, 100%. Especially because the Cavs were the 1 seed last year. So Cavs Pistons in the second round, another 7-game series.
Oh, we got to do what?
Oh, sorry, I keep skipping a whole conference.
We got to do the entire first round.
This one's
a recap for the good team.
Decidedly less interesting. Thunder Suns. 4-0 Thunder.
Thunder Suns, there's nothing to talk about there.
Who cares? Jalen Green had a game, though. Jalen Green had 1 game. He had like 30-something points in 1 game. That was nice to see that he could still do it. Yeah. Even though he's young as shit, but it was nice to see. I don't have anything to say about Thunder. Spurs, Trailblazers. Blazers got a game. They won 1.
It was a fun game. And then in Game 5, Spurs went on like on 1,000-0 run and just blitzed the shit out of the
your
half.
Boy LeBron, your favorite NBA player LeBron against KD, which we didn't really get because KD played like a game and a half. I mean, the final score of Game 6. You ready to hear the final score of Game 6?
Lay it on me.
The Lakers, whopping offense, a barn burner. The Lakers 98. You're like, oh, 98. Wow, it was a really low-scoring game, Brian. I'm sure it was very close. The Rockets, 78 points. I think I just saw the Thunder score 68 points at the half against the Spurs the other a couple games ago. And the Rockets scored 78 in a full NBA game that was not played in 1990. Okay? It was played in 2026. I don't know what has to change there. Maybe it's Udoka, but there is zero reason, for the Rockets to be that poor of a franchise and that poor of a season. They underachieved this season. They have a top 5 defender in the league, and one of the Thompson twins. Don't ask me the first name. They're the twins, so I don't care.
Starts with an A.
It's one of the A's. You have a top 5 defender in the league, right? Everybody there is young. Şengün is a top 5 center in the league.
Don't get me started on Şengün, man.
And he
Şengün
disappeared.
is a used car sales lot, like inflatable doll. Every time I see him go to the rim,
And then they did the thing.
runs like he has tits. He is so unenjoyable to watch.
He's an ugly basketball player, like ugly to watch, but he's effective.
No, he's not. He was not.
But he has been. He has been during the season, and he was last year.
Last year, and he was not effective in this series either.
Not in the playoffs. He hasn't been effective in the playoffs, but he's been a good player for them in the regular season. And I just don't like. You can't be that incompetent at basketball. I thought the Kevin Durant addition was great on paper in the offseason. I was like, yes, this is what you do, Miami Heat. Take notes. You get a bunch of guys, and if you want to keep your young guys and value them or whatever, you go get Kevin Durant or something, right? They made the right move on paper. It didn't work out. I think it's Udoka's fault because you can't have that kind of talent and do that. 78 points.
Absolutely. I don't know what to make of the whole KD thing. It seems like KD's found another drama there.
He's definitely did not enjoy his basketball. You can tell they were arguing openly on the bench during the series.
He made more burn.
And then he had like a phantom knee injury
that his teammate caused, supposedly.
I mean,
I don't know.
The Rockets are a mess.
Those are the kind of things you sign up for when you have like a 38-year-old guy as your engine. And then when he's not the engine, like things kind of fall apart because you don't have elite. And you're running your offense through.
Is great for you, but he can't be the guy because he can't shoot basketball. He has Shaq's skills from the outside. So yeah, it's not good. I don't know what the Rockets do, to be honest. I don't know what they do. It's like you made the move and it didn't work.
Yeah, kind of.
And by the way, Kevin Durant, you're James Harden territory. Like all the flack that we give James Harden. Now, granted, you won your 2 titles and you did it, and you were NBA Finals MVP. Great, wonderful for you. But ever since that moment, and you decided to leave. Like, the only thing you've proved to me is you haven't been able to be the guy. Now, to be fair, the year Giannis won, if your shoe was 2 sizes smaller, you'd be in the NBA Finals and maybe win. But since those 2 titles in Golden State, you decided to leave because you can't handle Draymond Green.
Has he gotten out of the first round?
Yeah, the Celtics were, the Nets were in the conference finals. So remember, he had the shot to win. Yes. He made it, but his foot was on the line.
So he's gotten out of the first round once since winning at Golden State. We just leave it at there, folks. Leave it right there.
So yeah, disappointing. And then
that's simmer.
The best series of the first round: Timberwolves Nuggets. Woof the Nuggets. Wolf the Nuggets. Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards gets hurt. They still get it done. And this is the series I was hoping they would lose, so Anthony Edwards can force his way out. But I still think it could happen because he was very upset at the end of the series. At the end of the Spurs series. But I don't know what the Timberwolves need to do. First of all, stop throwing Mike Conley out here.
No.
He's 105 years old.
No, don't do that to Mike Conley.
I love Mike Conley. I do. He's a very good player. He's been for a very long time. But, buddy, there's better options than throwing out a 72-year-old man at point guard, no matter how effective he is. And he does help the team. He calms them down. But he is just that, the veteran, right? He is just that. Naz Reid took a step back this year. Jaden McDaniels, he's there for defense, but I feel like his offense didn't take a leap as it should have.
Well, we saw
his shooting.
But going back to
but it wasn't consistent enough. And Denver,
Denver. I have something for Jokic.
You have something for Jokic? I think you know what you have for Jokic is that he'll be a LA Laker.
No, I don't think he's going anywhere. But Mr. Jokic, Since winning the title in 2023, you have proceeded to lose to Minnesota the year after, the second round, 56-win team. You lost to OKC last year in a barn burner of a series, great series in set. No shame in that. No shame in losing to a very historic, what will be remembered as a historically good team in OKC in 7 in the second round. And now you lose to Minnesota again in 6 with no DiVincenzo and a hobbled Ant. You still have not beat a 50-win team in the playoff. That remains to be seen.
I mean,
the guy that you let walk, that you refused to offer a GM role to, went to Minnesota and then built the team that has beat you 2 out of the last 3 years.
Here's the thing. I can't put anything on Jokic.
But Jokic was not good that series.
No, he wasn't. He was not good.
No.
But I don't think he's the reason why they're losing.
Well, but you can say that, but like at the end of the day, like in this league, like that's where the blame goes.
Sure. I agree. I first of all, I think it's amazing that he has an NBA title with his team, and it's this guy who's not in shape beating the crap, who's being the best player in the NBA by a lot.
But he's got
and his supporting cast was like Jamal Murray,
who
hasn't been good since they won the title. He wasn't even good when they won the title.
And you've kind of seen like the slow deterioration of that team since they won the title. You've seen guys like KCP go. You've seen Bruce Brown go. You didn't have Aaron Gordon. You gave Christian Braun all this money, and now you're like,
not great.
Not really the guy. Like I think they're already having buyer's remorse on that contract. So it's just not like you whiffed, which I thought was a great pickup at the time on the Cam Johnson deal when you flipped Michael Porter Jr. I thought Cam Johnson would be a great fit there. Not the case. So like you've seen like the slow deterioration of this team, and like he gets a year older, and you find yourself now like we're in the midst of like an all-time historic run from this guy. We have 1 title. We haven't gone back to the conference final since. He has 3 MVPs.
Deservedly so. Probably deserves 4.
Probably more. Yeah, probably 4. Like he should have gotten the Embiid one. You're still at the tail end of his prime, you would say. I would say like Jokic is not going anywhere anytime soon.
But they need to get him help. Like they need to get him help.
Yeah, he needs a legitimate another star.
He needs a legitimate offensive star next to him because they need to get his ass help. Again, he's one of those players to me that obviously his greatness is so freaking obvious, right? Obviously it is. He's the best player in the league. Like, and he does it in his sleep, and he doesn't care about basketball. Like, it's so great to see, but he needs help. He needs help on that team, and they need to fix it. And
get Nikola some help so he can beat a 50-win team, please.
And I'll tell you what, firing Mike Malone doesn't look that good. I don't like Mike Malone, but I'll tell you, it's not like they've done any better. So
you've gotten dummied 2 out of the last 3 years by the guy that you let walk out of your building, and then that guy goes and gets Rudy Gobert, and like everybody laughs at you, ha ha ha, me myself included, ha ha ha, Rudy Gobert.
But he's made a difference.
Turns out to be a great defender. Like, oh, the trick on Rudy Gobert is to get him out in space, and like he becomes a good space defender.
Yeah.
Now Minnesota's defense is elite, and like they shut the door on him. 2 years.
He's a nothing player during the regular season, and then he becomes the 4-time defensive player of the year in the playoffs. Like it's insane.
No, not so fast. Not so fast. Let us get there.
I mean, yes, we'll get there. But second round, Thunder Lakers again. I don't have anything to say about the series.
Nothing there. Like Braun was up against it. Austin Reeves turned into Tyler Hero.
And LeBron.
LeBron. It's 41-year-old LeBron, and it's literally you're watching this series and you're getting shades of 2016 Cavs, or I'm sorry, 2018 Cavs, where like he's shouldering everything, and like you're looking to your right, and it's like, please, Rui Hachimura, please make a
No,
basket. He was like, I thought their only hope was for Rui to be like their second best guy, and for
yeah,
DeAndre Ayton to like not be terrible, but it was too
and I'll tell you what, like the fact that they won the first series is a lot because they were missing like I don't know 30 something points a night from two guys or 40 something points a night, whatever it was, between Luca and Reeves. Like,
yeah.
shout out to them for making it that far. LeBron is still incredible, even though if you really want to do something, take less money. But we'll talk about that when we get to the Lakers.
Yeah.
That's our video.
Jake LaRavia and DeAndre Ayton should not be employed by an NBA basketball team.
Yeah, Aiton's tough to watch.
I mean, Ayton, like, how is that guy? Like, I watch him and I want to tear my hair out.
He stole so much money. He's just stealing money.
Just this guy can't catch a ball. He can't lay it up. He can't dunk. He doesn't defend the soul. Like
Yeah,
he's just out there and he's just winging it. Like
yeah,
I just
don't know.
don't understand how this guy on this team is just looks so inept, and then they can't throw anyone else out there. And
No,
then they
because you have like some
other guy out.
Jackson Hayes or whatever it is, like that twig.
anyone. I mean,
You
and
know who
it's
they could use? Khalil Ware.
for what? What do you want to send Khalil Ware over there for?
No, not that I want to send Khalil Ware, but they could use a young center.
I thought you were hatching another trade
No. I mean, LeBron can come over here if he wants to, but
for the mid level.
yeah, it should be. But I think they can use a player like that because Luca plays really well with Derek Lively, those kind of guys, young, athletic centers. But Khalil Ware is better than both of those guys that he played with before because he can shoot. He has really pretty good offensive game. So they need like a lob threat like that and a good defender at the rim, which Khalil Ware can be. So not saying they should go get Khalil Ware, but
You just simply have to get Jake LaRavia and DeAndre Ayton off the team. That's it.
yeah, out of there. Anybody can do. Go get
Fetch, whatever you got.
B-ball Paul. Go get B-ball Paul. He's a free
not,
agent, I think. Go get him. Something.
They should not play another second for your franchise.
No, they should go play in China.
All right. Spurs Wolves. This one is a series I had high hopes for. It was kind of disheartening to see the Wolves go out the way they did. And it confirmed all of my fears. That Julius Randle would yet again turn into a pumpkin.
I mean, it's not a fear. I knew that already. I could have told you that from day one.
Yeah, but like I was rooting for the Wolves as someone who had some money on Wolves' future.
I watched that series get lost live because I want to say it was like 4 straight possessions where Julius Randle gave up the ball. 4 straight possessions. And I was like, this man who you told me was Chris Bosh when he was on the Knicks, not you, I'm just saying.
Not me.
The general audience was telling me from on high that he was the next Chris Bosh, or he is as good as Chris Bosh, is one of the worst playoff performers I've ever seen in my goddamn life. And I'm so tired of Julius Randle, and I maybe unfairly hate him because he didn't call himself Chris Bosh. The New York media and the national media did. And the fans did and Twitter did. But he is one of the worst basketball players I've ever seen in my goddamn life. He's a terrible playoff performer. I think he shoots like 32% from the field in the playoffs, like overall. He's a really bad basketball player in the playoffs. I don't want to hear a single word about Julius Randle. He should make the minimum in the league. And I didn't have a Julius Randle rant planned. But you know what, Julius Randle?
You just got
I hate you, and I thank you because when Anthony Edwards comes to the Miami Heat, because of you. So you helped us out twice by being a bad Knicks player and then now being a bad Timberwolves player and giving me Anthony Edwards.
Needless to say, Julius Randle was an absolute zero in Game 6. Rudy Gobert. I was so close to having to eat every single word that I have ever uttered about you, slandering you as a defender and as an overall basketball player, because you had finally come out and you had become this defensive like key for the Wolves. And you were at some points shutting down Wemby, or like at least bothering him enough to give yourself a legitimate chance to win this series.
And like the first 2 games, yeah.
And you put on full display yet again why not a soul ever trusts you with the ball in your hands, even though you stand in 7 feet, and all
And
you
he,
do
and
is
he started COVID.
all you do is live in the dunker spot, and you don't have a single move that you can put to memory that you can do to threaten defenses.
Also, Wemby did the thing. Like Wemby did the thing. Like he did the thing.
Yes, and he absolutely punked him. But there was times in this series where like I'm watching Rudy Gobert, and Rudy Gobert is having, looks at the basket 2-3 feet. All you gotta
Yes.
do is just be 7 foot and have some touch, put it in the rim, put it in the hoop, play it off the glass. You don't have to dunk on everyone, saying you're not that kind of guy. But have some touch around the rim, and you can get yourself an easy garbage 14 points. And you can't do that.
Nope.
And
Nope.
that's why, and you and Julius Randle were just an absolute no-show in Game 6. Anthony Edwards had to go and congratulate the Spurs with half of the fourth quarter left, because he's like, you know what, guys? We're done here. We are fried. We are deep fried. This season's over. I'm just going to go and tap these guys up. Good game. GG's. Great season. But
I can't wait for him to be in a Heat uniform.
Absolute no-show from those two guys. Couldn't happen to a better guy, Rudy Gobert.
You're not going to win there. Just come to Miami.
Thank you for proving me right yet again that no matter what, relying on Rudy Gobert to do anything just doesn't work out. So
Not great. And then now we can go to the conference finals for both teams, right? For both conferences.
Knicks Sixers.
I mean,
buddy, you're getting way ahead of yourself. You're getting very anxious.
I don't want to say much because we're going to cover these two teams now.
All right, Knicks Sixers recap. Embiid is still a loser. You have this historic series win against Boston, only to get a broom shoved up your ass in 4 games.
76ers look good. Edgecombe, Maxey, really good future there.
Maxey is great. Like, they just threw the kitchen sink at him, and like he had virtually no help. Paul George was like, all right, just an active participant. Embiid just falling 60 times on the floor. We're finding out, 30 minutes before tip off whether he's going to play or not. It's just a mess, just an absolute mess.
On the other side, your boy,
that they are.
Your boy, Cavs, Pistons. Your boy, James Harden. Again,
another guy. Cavs beat Detroit in 7. Another. I don't know how to describe this series.
A nothing series that went 7, which is hard to say. Like, it was just a nothing series that it didn't matter who was going to come out. I thought the Knicks were going to beat them no matter what. And we'll get more on the Knicks here in a little bit as we get closer to the finals here. But just another nothing series, another Cavaliers, just another James Harden, just
another narrative confirming series.
Huge.
Tobias Harris again did the thing where he played awesome for like 3 or 4 games in this series, and in Game 7 just like was like 0 of 12 or something like that, something ridiculous.
And again, Jalen Duren, my God.
Jalen Duren continued just to be the worst center that you've ever seen be an all-star.
My God, yeah. So
James Harden just did James Harden things. And I love that we had like an updated counter every day on Twitter, how we're keeping track of the games that he's had in the playoffs where he's had more turnovers than field.
Yeah, it's an insane thing.
It was just another game added to the tally. Like, we started the playoffs at 29, and I think he ended something like at 36.
Yeah, it's really bad, and I don't want him to be compared to Wade again ever in my life.
So just awesome.
And then they got swept in the conference finals. It was easy, and this is where I will give you the floor, because this is where the heat needs to be turned up, and it's not going to be turned up because we're back on the James Harden thing, because he was bad down the stretch in every single round, and Donovan Mitchell bailed him out. Donovan Mitchell is skating, and he's going to continue to skate.
Not on this show. I will not allow it. Because
go ahead. The floor is yours.
As
Donovan Mitchell, go ahead.
As I told you before, Donovan Mitchell We have an eye on you. We're not letting you get away this time. And it was very nice that you got to the conference finals. You did it. I called you out and you said, "Hey brother, you got to get to the conference finals." Well, you did that. However, you still have the same amount of wins in the conference finals that you did before the season started, which is 0. And your buddy James Harden, did you no service. And ultimately, I think what I took away from this series was that Donovan Mitchell is a really good offensive engine. However, for a guy who handles and has as much usage, and like the numbers have come out and back this up, he does not create enough offense for others as far as like as a playmaker. And when you have the dynamic that him and Harden have, where it's like Harden is dribble, 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 ISO, manufacture a bucket, but we're in 2026. He's not doing that the same way that he was doing it in 2018 or even in 2022.
But to be fair, James Harden's a pretty good playmaker.
Yes, but while James Harden is being a good playmaker, Donovan Mitchell is not an off the ball player.
No, he's
not maximizing off the ball. So you're cutting your nose off to spite your face in either situation, and so they're not compatible in that way. And by the way, like while doing so, while Donovan Mitchell is your offensive engine, and he is not he's not otherworldly enough to be the guy to carry your offense single handedly. And I think that was on display. Evan Mobley suffered because of it, because now
they also didn't show up, and they have this weird thing, Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, where like Mitchell Robinson turns into David Robinson against them for some reason.
Yeah. And
it's like they're just like they're 2 7-footers against 1 7-footer. By the way, never in the best shape, never plays, and he just trot him out there for the Cavs series every year, and he destroys those 2 young guys. Like it doesn't make any sense why Mitchell Robinson stops those 2 guys.
And for Cleveland to have any shot to like win this series, it was going to have to be a series where like both of those guys exert their dominance. Like, and it's not even like, oh, they have to give you 30. Like if both of them give you 20,
yeah,
or like 18 and 20, right, 16 and 24, like if they're impactful and you get impactful games from both of your guys, the Knicks don't have Cat isn't a regarded enough defender to be able to like nullify the 2. So if you have those 2 guys giving you 40 points at 7 feet and the amount of money you have committed to this team or to those 2 guys, like that should have been the key to this series, along with the fact that you have a dynamic playmaker in James Harden, even though he's James Harden, and you have a great bucket getter in Mitchell. And it's like none of the things are compatible.
Yeah,
and
it's just weird, man. Like
one of them are working, and it's at the expense of the other. And the whole Cleveland big man thing turned where they're tall men, not big men. Like that showed his face again, where like the lights were too bright meme came up, and Evan Mobley's putting up a clunker, and Jared Allen is shooting like 3 of 10 for no reason at all. This team has to blow it up. Like I just don't see how you return this team back.
It's tough because like they just traded stuff away.
You cannot
for Harden and Darius Garland. I don't think he's that good, but he's 10 years younger than James Harden, and you traded him away.
You cannot get swept the way that they were swept and run that team back and tell me that you're serious about winning.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. We'll get into them too when we start recapping all these teams at a later date. But the commitment to run it back is insane to me.
Oh no, and they're gonna do the loser thing. Absolutely, Cleveland will do the loser thing where they offer him like a 3-year deal.
Yeah, which is insane.
Harden, at a lesser number, and they're gonna hitch their wagon to year 18 James Harden.
And by the way, his I think
you deserve everything that's coming your way if you do that.
Yeah, his guarantee, his player option is partially guaranteed. It's not fully guaranteed. Like, get out of the contract, guys. Like, but whatever. We'll get into them then. As of today, the Spurs and Thunder series is still going on. Game 7 is tomorrow, as we're recording this. Who's going to win? Just pick right now, and we'll get into the series.
Okay, hold on. Before we move on to the West, I think you owe the New York Knicks an apology.
No, I'm never going to apologize to the Knicks. I hate them, and I will always hate them. And I will say they beat the Hawks, the 76ers, and the Cavs. None of them are serious teams.
Okay.
Now, I will say, I will give them credit. I pulled up Knicks stats here, and they're incredible, which I was saving until we get to the finals. But if you want to have it now, we can do it now. You're New York Knicks, okay? Because I don't know why you don't hate them, but the New York Knicks.
No, I thoroughly despise them, but we gotta keep it a beat.
I'm gonna look up here because I have a ton of stats. Okay.
I would rather the league fold tomorrow than have to witness the Knicks win a championship, buddy. But
by the way,
it's what it is.
Just as a side note, PSA, New York, guys. I lived there for 5 years. It's my second home. I never cheered for the Knicks because I'm a Miami guy through and through, and I will always be that. And I had the best time of my life there because LeBron and Mario Chalmers and Chris Bosh and Wade was on my team, and we beat the crap out of your stupid Nets all the time, and your stupid Knicks weren't even there. And I lived in that city wearing Miami Heat shirt, after Miami Heat hoodie, after Miami Heat tank top, everything. And it was so great. And I loved my time being a villain there. But, guys, your city's beautiful. Mamdani's the mayor. He's fucking awesome. You guys, did you see the videos of them celebrating the Eastern Conference Finals win?
If they win the championship, it's going to turn into
the city's going to burn to the ground.
Burn it to the ground.
It's going to be in the history books of our kids.
They're going to burn it to the ground.
Of the great fire of 2026, because the New Yorkers don't know how to act with this damn team.
I mean, I can't say I blame them, buddy. Like, it's been...
You can't burn a city down, guys. Leave that for Philadelphia, who are a bunch of,
Buddy, what would happen if the Dolphins won a Super Bowl?
We'd have a parade like we do.
No, I'm pretty sure, buddy. I don't even know how I would act if the Dolphins won a playoff game, let alone a Super Bowl. I
don't think about it because it's never going to happen in my lifetime. I'm going to die.
Exactly. Well, for a lot of the time, we were thinking the same thing about the Knicks, and here we are. They're on the precipice of the
sure. And this is the other thing for the Miami Heat fans. Like, this is why I think it's important for us to tell the young Miami Heat fans, Miami Heat Twitter, you need to hate the Knicks. And I understand that they don't have the same animosity towards the Knicks that they do the Celtics, because the Celtics have been good in our lifetime.
Yeah.
And every time the Heat have been good, the Celtics have been good, right? Like, it's been a huge rivalry, one of the best in the NBA over the last 20-something years. It's been great. Over that same time, the Knicks have been irrelevant. You had 8 games with Jeremy Lin, and then Mario Chalmers shut it down. Like, they have been an irrelevant franchise, so I understand the fan base is like, oh, we don't hate them as much. Hate them. They're bad people. I can't. Allen Houston, I hate him. Sprewell, I hate him. Larry Johnson, that 4-point play. Okay. But New York Knicks, I understand they have played bad teams, and all these stats are against horrible teams. But it's a large enough sample size that you cannot ignore. They have won 11 straight playoff games. They're on an 11-game winning streak in the playoffs. And I want to tell you, they're just the 5th team in NBA history to win 11-plus games in a row in a single postseason. You want to know who the other teams are, the other 4? The 1989 Lakers.
The 17 Warriors?
The 17 Warriors.
Okay.
Who else do you think? It's exactly
11,
the teams that you should think it is.
96 Bulls.
No, the Bulls are not on this list.
Really?
The Bulls are not even on this list. It is the other 2 teams are the 1999 Spurs of David Robinson.
The 02 Lakers.
1 Lakers, where they only lost 1 game that year. I believe they went 15-1 that year. And the only loss that they had was to Allen Iverson. Who stepped over Ty Lue.
Wow, that was the only loss of the playoffs?
They went 15-1 that year.
Holy ball sack.
Yeah. It was the greatest thing ever. Shaquille O'Neal was a 300-plus pound 7-footer who carried the ball up the court and dunked on everybody. He is the most dominant player ever to play basketball. It wasn't even close.
Ugh.
It wasn't even close. If he cared like Kobe cared, he would have
They were one.
13 championships. Unbelievable. But anyways, historic run. During the first 10 games of that stretch of the 11-game winning streak, the Knicks were plus 225. That is the most lopsided 10-game stretch in NBA history.
In any 10 games?
In any 10 games, regular season or the playoffs. The previous best 10-game winning streak margin as a franchise was plus 168 in the year 1969. And what did they do in 69? They won the title. Okay? They are also the first team in NBA history to win 3 straight playoff games by 25 plus points. And that right there is the most absurd of all the stats. Because they are not just winning games.
They're drumming.
They're beating the brakes off these teams. Now, again, I will preface that it is the Cavaliers, and it is the 76ers, and it is the Hawks. And the Hawks are the best team out of those 3.
The Hawks gave them the best push. CJ McCollum.
Yes. But they're the best team out of those 3, and it's insane.
When you think about it, they're 2 1-point losses away from doing literally what the 0-1 Lakers have done.
Yes, they are 100%. Now, I think this would be a very different story if the Celtics won. Very different story if the Celtics won, but they didn't, so that's not their fault. Like, they play who they played.
I still think they would have beat the Celtics.
They probably would have, but not like this. Like, what they're doing now.
We'll know. We'll never know.
And again, my New Yorkers, just to be on your side here a little bit, I was very disrespectful off camera a couple days ago, I think, when we were watching the Western Conference Finals, and we were texting, and I said, or I called you, I think we talked on the phone, I said, it's like watching the Eastern Conference is the MLS, and I'm watching the Premier League in the Western Conference, because the basketball difference between this Thunder and Spurs series to the Knicks and Cavaliers series is, I mean, just
galaxy apart.
It is literally, they're losing fans when you watch the games on ABC and ESPN because the basketball's so horrible. And they're gaining fans on this side, like, because it is such unbelievable basketball that we're watching. And they're so far apart. And I personally still think, no matter how good the Knicks have been, with all the stats that I read, I still think we're watching the NBA championship right now against Thunder Spurs, and it ends tomorrow. And whoever wins, Adam Silver should just come out, give him the trophy. Because I don't think they can win against either of the teams. Now, if Wemby wins, Knicks have a chance. Mitchell Robinson, okay? But
broken pinky, Mitchell Robinson.
It wasn't. They said they said it wasn't broken, but they wouldn't elaborate. So it's probably broken. But stupid games that they're playing.
He's still gonna play though. So,
but another thing, the Knicks, they won the last game 144-114 against the 76ers. That is a franchise playoff scoring record, 144 points. They also tied the NBA record for threes made in that game, 25 from 3. They also tied the record for 3.5, 18. They are
it's
insane
just
right now.
A legendary run. Landry Shamet.
Historic. And you know what? The quality of the teams, to me, doesn't matter. They're doing it. Because nobody does what they're doing right now.
You don't control who you play. You play who's in front of you. Landry Shamet
nobody does that.
Is shooting 92% from 3 in the conference final.
I hate that guy.
Like, everybody is shooting the shit out of the ball.
Whatchamacallit?
Bench has come alive. Mike Brown, who has not gotten enough credit in my eyes for unlocking their offensive ceiling.
And this is another, and also Knicks fans.
An incredible.
Apologize to Mike Brown. They need to apologize to Mike Brown because the first 2 games in the Hawks series, they were throwing him out of the building. And it was an unpopular move to fire Thibodeau for them to go to the second round the year before and then the Eastern Conference Finals. It is always unpopular to fire a coach that takes you to the Eastern Conference Finals. It takes balls to do that. Takes balls to do that. You bring in Mike Brown, who again, the Knicks were the 3 seed this year, and everybody was like, well, Mike Brown doesn't do a good job because the offense wasn't good. But what Mike Brown did that Thibodeau didn't do is he made the team less reliant on Jalen Brunson.
Yes.
Everybody's scoring on the team. Mike Brown made an offense that could win when Jalen Brunson is not good. Because I'm still sorry to say Jalen Brunson is 2'7" and he cannot win an NBA. Allen Iverson is 100 times better basketball player than Jalen Brunson ever will be.
I don't know about that.
It's Allen Iverson. Don't disrespect him, okay? He's a culture. But that guy couldn't. He took him to the finals, but he couldn't win. And I still think that's true to Jalen Brunson. I think in order for them to win, Cat has to be everything he's supposed to be. You know, a superstar. I don't know if he will be, but that guy has turned that offense into, 140 points. They beat the Cavs 130 to 93 in the last game. Like, they are a scoring machine, that team. Mikal Bridges is playing super well. OG Anunoby, the whole team is humming, and that is credit to Mike Brown.
1,000%.
And again, he probably shouldn't have gotten fired from Cleveland all those years ago also. Like, he's just a good freaking coach. So shout out to Mike Brown for that, for doing this.
And one more before we leave that. The whole Thibodeau thing, it was dribble, Jalen Brunson create something. And they've formed an offense now where it's not that, right? And like you would game plan a lot of nights, especially in the playoffs, for okay, if you want to live and die with that offense, defenses were willing to do so. And they were willing to have Jalen Brunson beat you as a passer. And Cleveland dared him to beat them as a passer, and then he did. And then he had the game where he didn't shoot well, but he had like 15 assists.
He had 14 assists, which was like career high.
Something like that. And like that to me was like, that was the indicators of, okay, they figured something out here with this offense where it's not like he's the head of the snake and he's the only thing that you can do, where it's like dribble with Thibodeau. If it's nothing there, just kick it out and somebody throw up a prayer. And that was literally 70% of their offense.
And that's huge credit again to Mike Brown. Like, it was so good.
You've unlocked guys like OG and Mikal, like guys that can give you 20 points on any given night. Cat is obviously a great shooter.
And by the way,
like Josh Hart had a 20-point game outburst because Cleveland refused to defend him and they put a big on him and made them pay.
And Karl Anthony Towns gets a lot of flack because we want him to be a 30-15 guy or whatever, and he has a talent to be that. But he's had 8 double-doubles this postseason, which is leading the postseason right now of all NBA players. He's tied, I think, with Wemby. So his role is like clearly defined. Mike Brown isn't asking him to score 30 points a game. He's just doing his job. Rebound, score when Jalen Brunson can't score. Like, that is it. Everybody kick it out to the other guys. Like, it's just such a good offense. And seriously, we joke like, oh, the Spurs and the Thunder is the NBA Finals or whatever, and it could possibly be that, but it's not like the Knicks don't have a shot.
No, I don't think they don't have a shot.
Especially if the Spurs come out of this series, I think they have a huge chance against the Spurs. Not, again, I still think the Spurs will win, but Mitchell Robinson is a problem. You saw what he did against 2 young, athletic, big centers in Mobley and Jared Allen. One who can't shoot and one who can. And he did an exceptional job. And that's what he's supposed to do. He's going to get in there for 15 to 20 minutes a game and bother the crap out of Wemby. And be a stalwart on the offensive board.
Yeah.
And probably get a bunch of Wemby over the back fouls. Like, he is a problem. And if you put Luke Cornett in there, barbecue chicken for Luke Cornett on the rebounds, because Mitchell Robinson is going to destroy Luke Cornett on rebounds.
Yeah. I think ultimately that series is going to come down to the bench.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And I think that's edge Knicks on the bench.
Really? What if it's
And this is
OKC?
the reason why, because off the bench for the Spurs, I mean, they have Dylan Harper, which is wonderful. I love him so much. He's one of the best draft picks in a long time. But you have Carter Bryant, and you're throwing out Harrison Barnes out there and Luke Cornett. Meanwhile, you have Josh Hart out there.
McBride
You have McBride, which is they got him for a bag of peanuts. What a move!
and Shamit,
And you have Shamit, who is the greatest 3-point shooter of all time, I think.
who just made another 3.
Right. Literally just made another 3, and they're up 3-0 in the NBA Finals, and they don't have an opponent right now. Like that kid is unbelievable right now. So I don't want to say they have 0% chance. I think if they play OKC, it's going to be really tough for them to get a game because Chet and Hartenstein, and I mean, I would love for the Spurs to win because I want everybody to be hyperbolic about Wemby winning a title so early. And I love that everybody's going to freak out about Wemby. And by the way, I have something for Wemby. Remind me that I have something for Wemby.
Okay.
And the national media for Wemby. But, like, I want to see Hartenstein go back to New York.
That would be.
Get a standing ovation when he gets
I
the
mean,
court. And get booed out of the building because he's out there killing Mitchell Robinson. Right? So I think the Spurs are too much. The Spurs are too deep. The Thunder are too much, too deep for New York. Like they're even deeper than New York is, and by a lot better. And the Spurs are just like, and again, the Spurs, they're super young. I mean, they're also insane. Wemby's 22.
Yeah,
Harper's 21. You know. By the way, Stephon Castle, Devin Vassell, Miami Heat guys.
But that's
never gonna happen. But I'm saying they're in the right franchise. If they're not Miami Heat guys, they're Spurs guys. You know what I mean?
They're in the right place.
But yes, so it's a pick 'em. OKC right now, I think, is favored minus 3.5 points for tomorrow. They're at home. They, in theory, should win. But this series has been so back and forth. It's Rocky versus Apollo Creed. Like, it's just back and forth, punching the hell out of each other.
We need the Spurs to win to save the sport of basketball.
I mean, yes and no. Because Wemby's going to ruin the sport. You can't be 7-4 with those skills.
That's fine. I could live with the Spurs winning one or going to the finals, this early in their timeline. It's the Spurs. They're kind of been ordained at this point.
Sure. And by the way, I think this was like a long time ago. I looked it up, but the Heat are the unluckiest team statistically in the
draft lottery.
They've never won the number 1 overall pick. Never in the history of the Miami Heat have never had the number 1 overall pick. And I believe the Spurs have had it 3 times.
Well, and for each of the 3 picks, they've moved up each time to get Wemby, Harper, and Castle. So do with that what you will.
But they've had 3 number 1 overall picks in their history, and I believe it's Robinson, Duncan, and Wemby. They've won the lottery 3 times.
Yeah.
And the Heat, never in the history of the franchise have they ever gotten the number 1 pick. The highest we got was number 2 and we got Michael Beasley. So, they keep getting gifted everything by the NBA, but whatever. It's going to be very interesting. Basketball, I think it's been such a joy to watch basketball because I gave up on the Heat, I think, game 2. So of the NBA season, so it's been so nice to watch actual, real, good basketball. The Thunder Spurs series has brought back my joy, like Jimmy Butler. I found my joy in basketball again, watching these 2 incredible teams. And also, my hatred is back as well because I look at the Spurs that have Vassell, they have Castle, they have Dylan Harper, they traded for De'Aaron Fox, they have Wemby, And
just embarrassment of riches.
Yeah, and the Heat, bien gracias.
Yeah, we're here with Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, we didn't touch on this either. Pistons Cavs series. I think we texted about this.
Oh yes.
At one point, it was like a 3-minute stretch.
Or white on white crime.
Max Strus and Duncan Robinson were going at it, and the commentators were just praising this Max Strus. And I'm like, you know what, guys? You're right. The Miami Heat could use a player like Max Strus.
And to think that Duncan Robinson was literally like the most reliable option Cade had in that series.
Which is horrible. You can't win with him.
We've already spoken ad nauseum about Jalen Duren and Tobias Harris, ni hablamos, you know? And so it's just good old Duncan Robinson here in the short corner, you know, to hit a three for you, and that's it. That's all the reprieve that Cade got that series. He's like, he's looking around. He's like, yo, can somebody here get me a bucket?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have to do
poor
absolutely.
He had such a great year too. So, by the way, we got Thunder Spurs pick Thunder, and then Thunder to win the championship again. Now, the Knicks, by the way, keep getting hurt over there. Jalen Williams is not playing. Jay Will's not playing Game 7, by the way.
He's we'll come when we do this offseason outlook. We got to decide on which team he's going to be on next. Bueno.
Now, to move on, and because I know this is a long episode, like always, we always go over our a lot of times, but we're gonna switch gears here completely. Olvídate de basketball, de hockey, de deportes. Get out of here. Also, by the way, I do have to say something about the Wemby thing on the national media.
Oh, that's right. I didn't remind you about the Wemby thing. You have
this Wemby.
This guy
decided to try to murder Naz Reid.
Yeah, I tried to take out his neck.
And guess how many games he was suspended for?
0.
Right. Because he says the right things in the media and because they want to put him... They need somebody to take LeBron's place so bad.
He's un santo.
And this guy can't do anything wrong. Meanwhile, he comes off the court and tells... Was it Biyombo and Plumlee, hard fouls only.
Which I loved.
Which I love. I love that he has a mean streak, but I don't like how he's being covered. And again, this is the Aaron Judge thing. This is the Aaron Judge thing. It's not his fault that I hate him. It's not his fault that I hate him. But he's a little POS, this guy. All right? He's a little POS.
He's a big, long POS.
And he has a very mean streak, and he's a villain. But he's being treated as, you know, un santo, and that's from, you know, what's the Vatican, okay?
With the monks.
That's what they're saying with this guy.
With the monks.
And you got to suspend him. You can't throw an elbow like that and not get suspended. Let me ask you, imagine.
I agree. I agree with you.
You know the Matthew McConaughey, what movie was it? He goes, imagine if she was white. Imagine if it was Draymond Green that threw that same elbow.
Well, I mean, Draymond Green, it's not apples to apples because Draymond Green, like, reputation does go into it, obviously. So I think Draymond Green is a bad example here.
Who doesn't get suspended? Wemby. Who else doesn't get suspended? LeBron,
maybe, yeah.
KD gets suspended. James Harden will get suspended.
Yeah, but if James Harden got suspended, that would have helped the Cavs.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, you can't throw that. It was like, he is a huge dude, and it wasn't like a Draymond Green. You know how Draymond Green like pretends he's flailing, but he knows he's going to hit the guy in the face.
Yeah,
like this dude planted as if he was going to swing a golf club, all hips from a mountaintop to hit Naz Reid straight in the face. I've watched a lot of UFC and a lot of guys get killed by a spinning back elbow. Okay, and that's what that guy did.
That was with bad intentions.
Again, like the Jokic thing. Even Jokic got suspended for 1 game for killing Markieff Morris.
Yeah,
or Marcus Morris, one of the Morris twins. Who cares? That ruined his career. Which that, by the way, Pablo Torre. Why don't you go investigate that? Why Jokic murdered somebody on the court and didn't get any punishment. Anyways, to switch gears, to be more positive. We both saw a movie, buddy. And you're not a big movie guy.
No, I'm not. I'm not a big
one thing everybody needs to know about Christian, he's not a big movie guy.
I'm trying to be a better movie guy. I'm trying to be better and like consuming good.
It's only been like a decade, but you're getting there. It's okay. I'll wait for you, buddy. I'll wait for you forever. But he went to go see a movie which I also then saw. What movie did you see, buddy, in the theater?
I saw Project Hail Mary.
Project Hail Mary
So good.
with the Gosling
With Miss
and
Boston,
I don't remember any other actor in the movie.
AT&T girl.
The AT&T girl was in it.
With the big,
So what did you think about the movie, buddy?
I I personally loved it. Like I didn't read the book, but the movie came in with like a lot of hype, right? A lot of fanfare because the book came out and it's based on a book, and it had a lot of buzz going into it, and the reviews that came out initially were great, and my girlfriend wanted to see it, and she had read the book, and she's like, "We got to go see it." And I was like, "Okay, let's go see it." So we went to go see it, and when I tell you that enjoyed those 2.5 hours, man, I haven't enjoyed a movie from beginning to end like that in quite some time, man.
Well, to be fair, you don't watch any movies, so
But the theater is supposed to be an experience, right? It was exactly that. I experienced every range of emotion. I was captivated from the beginning to the very end. At no point did the movie drag. I thought the pace of it was really good. I thought Gosling did an excellent job. He was fantastic with his comedic chops. I feel like he actually showed some comedic chops in this movie because
he's a funny guy, though. He's always been a very funny guy.
it wasn't an easy role
No, of course not. He's by himself.
to be funny,
Yeah.
like essentially acting by yourself.
To like a green ball or something, yeah.
Right, to like a puppet or whatever it was. And let me tell you, I admittedly am a big sucker for inanimate objects and like fictional characters. Like you show me like death and tragedy in human form, I won't bat an eye. But you show me the ending of Toy Story 3 when they're all in the furnace.
Don't bring that up, man. That's a tough movie. It's a tough watch.
I felt my childhood shatter inside of me. That's the kind of person I am. So for me, this movie tugged on all of those heartstrings, and I thought it was incredible. I didn't think that I would get that invested in the movie and like the plot,
Mhm.
and it was great from beginning to end. Like I stood up and I applauded because
Now,
God,
I will say I went the opposite direction. Not the opposite direction. I really enjoyed the movie, but because of the movie, got so much hype.
I think
So
maybe
much
they jumped a shark with that, but go on.
and you know me, like if I don't watch the movie right away, or if I hear that everybody loves this thing, whether it's actually good or not, it could be the greatest thing since sliced bread, I will refuse to watch it. This is who I am, because I'm like, no. If everybody's already watched it, everybody says it's the greatest thing ever, I'm gonna go left. That's it. I'm going the opposite direction. I don't want to be a part of it. All right, that's usually how I am, which is stupid sometimes. But I made it a point to watch this movie because you watched the movie, and I watched the movie, and I enjoyed the hell out of the movie. I watched the whole thing. It didn't drag. It was great pacing. It was funny. I think the dialogue for Rocky was amazing. It was great timing. It reminded me like almost written by Aaron Sorkin type deal. It said the right things all the time. It was so well done.
Love Rocky.
Now, is this the greatest movie of all time, or like the best feel good movie of all time, or any of the things that they were saying out there? I mean, I don't know if it's going to end up being movie of the year.
Movie of the year.
Mortal Kombat just came out.
Mortal Kombat is a piece
Street
of shit.
Fighter's going to come out.
That's another piece of shit.
Masters of the Universe is going to come out.
Are never any good, buddy. You know
Masters of the Universe is going to come out.
Conan. No.
Star Wars came out. Mandalorian and Grogu came out. I haven't watched that yet.
We're tired of Star Wars.
No, we're not. We're never tired of Star Wars.
It's too much Star Wars.
And then we still have the Doom Marvel movie coming out this year.
Goody.
At the end of the year, which should be good. Robert Downey Jr.'s back. It's going to be great, probably. But it was a very good movie, a very, very good movie, and I just didn't think it was like the greatest movie I've ever seen. I just think it's going to be one of those movies where we remember that it's great, but when you rewatch it, I don't think it has the rewatchability.
I think so. I mean, if I would definitely watch it again. I think there is some merit to what you're saying, where people got a little bit horny for it to be like movie of the year and this and that. I think just speculating, I think it comes from a place of us, like as movie people, and look at me, I'm calling myself movie people. As movie people, I think we're starved for something that's like a summer blockbuster that doesn't involve some superhero bullshit.
I mean, yes and no. I also think that the
And I
movie
think that's why
was
people got horny and started saying that this is the best thing ever, because
no, but you know what?
we
Also,
finally got a standalone movie that isn't like some Marvel bullshit.
like not like I mean, it was technically new IP, right? Like it wasn't like
Right,
rehashed
exactly.
IP, yeah. Which I understand completely because everything is what happened is for the last 10 to 15 years, it's like movie studios are like, if it doesn't have an IP that we know, we're not making it, which is kind of, and that's why we got a really bad reboots of everything, right? But I think that it was a new IP and it was a great movie. I also think that where we are right now, period, in daily life, with gas being $1,000 and everything else that's going on, we won't get into. I just think we just needed a feel good ass movie, and it was so feel good that you kind of just forgot about how horrible our world is right now, and it was just what everybody needed. So I think that played a huge role in it, and it was just like everything went right in the movie, right? Everything went right in the movie, and I'm sure the book is even more amazing. But it was just a movie that we needed it, and it was super well done. And again, R.I.P. AT&T girl for dying. She shouldn't have died.
Paid the ultimate sacrifice.
But it is what it is. So yeah, I thought it was a great film, and I hope we get more of those. I think that's why like Sinners was such a big deal last year, right? Because like again, you get like this
a standalone IP, like something that isn't already like on
Yeah.
its 18th version of itself.
and again executed to
Right.
perfection.
Well done. Like I think
Right.
that's why everyone got so horny over it. It's like, oh my god, like there's a movie that isn't tied to Disney or isn't tied to Marvel or any one of these things that they have cranked out 600 movies. And it's just like something new, something refreshing, like a new plot, a new idea, and it's like, and it was well done. I think
Yeah,
that's
I enjoyed it. So it it was a really really great movie. And we're coming up on almost a 2 hour mark, buddy.
yeah.
So why don't you finish with our favorite thing on the planet? There's nothing better that we love than this.
Nothing more than wrapping up a good show than
A great show, buddy.
getting to our beloved new favorite segment, Barry Bonds stats.
Oh my God, our favorite athlete of all time.
Our favorite athlete of all time. If in case you haven't heard, we're going to tell you again.
It's like Barry Bonds, Mario Chalmers, and like who's our? We don't even have a third favorite. Do we have a third favorite?
Bartolo Colon.
Bartolo's pretty great.
So there's no one that we love more than Barry. And the only thing that makes Barry better than everyone else is that you can recite endlessly his stats and you can be just as surprised at every one of them as you were the previous one.
Right.
So in this iteration of Barry Bonds stats,
I can't
incredible
wait.
Barry Bonds stats, this episode's Barry Bonds stat is Craig Biggio. You're aware of Craig Biggio?
Craig Biggio, Houston Astros legend,
Hall of Fame second
Hall of
baseman.
Famer. Yeah.
Okay. Hall of Fame second baseman, Craig Biggio. Craig Biggio has driven in his career 1,175 runs.
It's a great career.
In 20 years. And mind you, this is a second baseman with no pop, just a slap hitter, if you will, to put it plainly. So 1,175 runs driven in his 20-year career. Barry Bonds' home runs alone drove in 1,174 runs.
Just his 700 something home runs
Just home runs.
in the 20-year career of Craig Biggio.
One less run than the 20-year career of Craig Biggio, Barry Bonds home runs. All 762 of them?
Yeah, 762 I think is the number.
762 or 7.
Yeah, I think it's 762. Yes,
That's it. That's the stat. Very quick.
that's unbelievable.
More than Hall of Famer Craig Biggio.
By the way, small Barry Bonds anecdote. Remember when he was the hitting coach of the Marlins?
Yeah, and I thought that was gonna catapult them into like the best offense.
To be fair, Giancarlo Stanton's best years.
Well, he was
Now,
only the hitting coach for like 1 year, right?
yeah, but it turned him into an MVP.
Was that the year?
It wasn't the year he was MVP. It turned him into the MVP.
Oh, okay. Because I don't associate the year that he was on the Marlins.
No. It wasn't that year, but I'm saying after Barry Bonds, Giancarlo Stanton became a perennial.
He learned how to hit home runs.
Right. And they always tell a story that they did a home run derby in practice, and it was down to Giancarlo Stanton and to Barry Bonds. And Barry Bonds, at the age of whatever he is now, 80, 100 years old, beat Giancarlo Stanton in a home run derby
Because
in practice.
of course he did. Because he is not a whiffer like
I mean,
Mr. Stanton.
by the way, Giancarlo Stanton, I think he's a Hall of Famer. He almost has 500 home runs in his career. And by the way, everybody who has 500 home runs in their career are in the Hall of Fame.
Borderline.
But if he gets to 500, you have to put him in.
Do you?
Yeah, because no one that doesn't have 500 home runs that's not a steroids guy is not in the Hall of Fame. Everybody who's reached that number, 500. 500 is the elite number. 500 is the number where it's like...
But if he gets there like limping and hitting like 209 for the next 2 years.
He's in his 30s.
Yeah, but he's been hitting 209 for like 3 years now, man. He's been in his 30s since he was 24.
I understand, but this is like a recency bias thing. The dude won. He's an MVP of the National Baseball League. Is that how you say it? Major League Baseball. Sorry, I said National League.
National League.
But yes, he's an MVP on the bleeping Marlins. The only MVP we have.
I mean, I guess you're right. I'm being a little bit of a hater because I just don't like the guys that just hit 35 home runs and then do it hitting 204. Like that's literally what the sport has become now. Like,
I mean, but
that's crank home runs. It doesn't matter that you're literally a walking out. Just every 5 at bats, just crank one.
I mean, I agree, but that's how baseball is now. Yeah. But it's not like he perpetuated that. He's not the one that perpetuated that.
Yeah.
But I will say here, let's see. Giancarlo Stanton made his debut in 2010. Okay? I'm going to give you his career numbers. All right? He's got a batting average of 258 for his career.
That's better than I thought.
He's you know what it is? Is because when the middle years in the Yankees, he was really hurt. But so those 2 years he played 110 games in 2022, 101 games in 21 and 23, and that's his worst years. He batted 211 and then 191. And then the last 2 years he's actually been really good. 2025 he was hurt. He only played 77 games, but he hit 273. And this year through 24 games he's hitting 256.
Okay.
So he is
worse than
258, 345 OBP, 527 slugging, and 871 OPS for his career. The slugging over 500, the 871 OPS is elite hitter in baseball. He's got 456 home runs.
Do you think he gets to 500?
I don't think he will because of injuries.
Probably holds up, man. How many years do you have left on that contract?
I don't know. That I don't know. Let me see if I can find his contract. But
how did we get into this conversation?
I don't know how. We were just talking about Barry Bonds, and then
you brought up the Barry Bonds hitting coach.
But he is a DH, so that's obviously going to extend his career. And you can always just get a guy to freaking hit a home run, like hit bombs. Like he's always going to be able to do that. So 456, he's got 1,183 RBIs, more than Craig Biggio in less time. He's got 811 walks. 1,600 hits. Okay, and 950 runs. So he can definitely get to 1,000 runs if he gets to 500 home runs. And that would be 500 home runs, 1,000 runs, over 1,200 RBI, batting almost 260, slugging over 500. Like, the dude's a Hall of Famer.
I think it's going to take him a few ballots, though.
No, he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I've never said he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he has 500 home runs. He's going to have 500 home runs if he gets there. And I will tell you right now, he has averaged 24 home runs in the last 3 years. The last 3 years, 24, 27, 24. And the 2 years prior, 31, 35. And that's him missing 2019 and 2020 completely. He didn't hit anything because he was out for those 2 years. So he's missed 2 whole years of his career. Which he would have been at 500. If he didn't get hurt those 2 years, he would have been at 500 already.
Discussion.
He would have been at 500 already if he didn't get those 2. If he didn't get hurt, if he was just average 24 home runs.
That's it. Well, we're officially on Giancarlo Stanton watch.
I think so. But anyways,
get mad because somebody cut into your coverage to keep track of Giancarlo getting to 500.
I will be fine if they cut into coverage for 500, but because it's a career milestone. But don't cut into my coverage because someone hit 62. The other guy hit 11 more home runs just to tie him. Okay, Aaron Judge, get out of here. All right, buddy, this is amazing.
This is great. And you know what? Funny enough, we still had things that we didn't get to, but we'll have to save that for another day.
We will, and we got some more content coming out. Be on the lookout. Like, subscribe, comment. We need a tagline to start the show and to end it.
Help us come up.
Please comment what it should be
on the socials.
Yes, at 2 bleeps everywhere. And shout out to Christian for putting up amazing videos and thumbnails on YouTube, and so we'll continue to do that. So yeah, we're back.
We're gonna pump so much basketball content out.
That's what you guys should need to look out for. We're doing off-season outlooks for all the teams, and we're starting with the playoff teams. So yes, I made a big PDF document that I sent to.
Yeah, we've put in a lot of brain power into this, so we're looking forward to doing it.
Buddy, it was a pleasure.
All right, if you hung with us this long, thank you so much. We love every single one of you. If you're listening, we love every one of you that are listening. That's rocked with us since day one. You know who you are.
Yes.
Much love to all of you guys. Till the next time, buddy. Bleep you.
Bleep you, buddy.